Yo, come one, come all. Nothing but love, nothing but respect. Alright? You know what we do, what we don't, what we is, what we isn't. New World Supernova here today. And like I always seem to unfortunately let happen, My Hero Academia has slipped through the cracks of me being able to do some live reactions for a little bit. But that being said, I still haven't read any of the new chapters. So today, we're going to be covering chapter 303, 304, and 305 of My Hero Academia. Alright. Um, Unfortunately, next week, I most likely won't be able to do a live reaction for My Hero Academia. And also, One Piece is on break, so it won't affect that. Might have some pre-recorded videos at release, but I am getting married this week, and so as of next week, I will be on a week-long holiday. So bear with me for that time. But until then, all right, we have 3 beautiful chapters here today to get through and enjoy. So without wasting any time, anyone that hasn't read the chapters already, please go check out the chapters. All right. Anyone wanting to read along, we are reading off the official Viz website. All right, to have the best quality translation. I know that there's been a lot of heat lately for some of the Viz translators, but at the end of the day, they are what technically counts as the official release in English. All right, so bear with them. All right, let them do their creative choices and let us just enjoy the series. So no more wasting time. Let's get into it. Last time, we were sort of going into the Todoroki sort of flashback storyline, or coming out of it, I should say. So, yeah, we'll see how we're going. Chapter 303, top 3. Ooh, are we getting the new top 3? This will be interesting. Pardon us. We couldn't help but overhear. We've got Best Genius and what's left of my boy Hawks. Hawks! I don't care if it's One Piece. I don't care if it's My Hero Academia. All right, Hawks and Marco, the Bird Boys. They got a certain level of style about them that you can't help but love. May we accompany you on your proposed family outing? Best Genius? Hawks? Since I was discharged yesterday, I've been running around gathering intel. I'm terribly sorry for what our son did to you. Oh. No. I ain't here to give you grief about that. No need to apologize, ma'am. And we've just got Hawks being Hawks, you know? Just lovable Hawks. We are only here to inquire about Darby, but eavesdropping feels rather criminal, like illegal denim. What's illegal denim? The root cause of our son's grudge could provide the root cause of your son's grudge could provide a lead in this investigation. We can ask him directly about how he survived the blaze and transformed completely into Darby. I used to watch old videos of you, Endeavor, so to hear how that obsession from your younger days grew into all of this was quite shocking. Now, this didn't come up in your discussion about Toya, but Shoto's burn here? Was that also you, Endeavor? Personal space? That was me. Yo! Take responsibility for that. You're the one that burnt your kid. Endeavor, piece of crap of a father, but never laid a hand on the kids beyond training. Despite having every right to resent me, he started calling me mum again. I see. And so we're getting some flashback there of, was that his dad? I can't remember. I never really got to face my folks like that. Still so close. I gave up on them, moved on and left them behind. Shoto, you're a class act. Endeavor, it's hell out there, you know. I know. Shigaraki, Dabi, Himiko, Toga, Spinner, Skeptic, plus 132 of the Liberation Front members who escaped, and 7 near high-end Nomu are all on the loose. Furthermore, Shigaraki and the Nomu smashed up Tartarus, and 6 other prisoners, freeing over 10,000 convicts. That is some crazy numbers. If they manage to capture them all, I would not be surprised if Yeo Japan puts the death penalty back on the table. With the core members of the Hero Public Safety Commission dead or in the hospital, they've lost the power to organise heroes, and many heroes have chosen to retire, spurred on by this nasty climate. Villains are now more daring than ever, and the citizens who have lost faith in heroes are taking up arms, but by fighting back themselves are only weakening more and damaging more damage and destruction, wreaking more damage and destruction. Our government has put in requests for relief workers and heroes from around the world. Ooh, okay. We have a glimpse of some heroes from around the world. Dude on the far left, Flash vibes as anything, alright? 100% a speed-based dude or an electricity-based dude. Guy in the middle sort of seems like a macho man, sort of... Honestly, he looks like a mix between Killer and Whitebeard. Like, he looks like he's got the bandana, big mustache, but then the mullet sort of look. He looks like a beast. Love him. Then, middle back left. Bird-related, or feather-related. He's looking a little bit more puffy, like he might be sort of like an actual hawk hybrid sort of guy, like maybe super speed sort of thing. The dude to the right of him, I mean, that's a Lumi. That's a Lumi Zoldyck. Like, that's just a Lumi Zoldyck. I can't even take anything out of that silhouette other than that's a Lumi. That just looks like a Lumi. But with the Safety Commission essentially shut down for the paperwork needed to dispatch heroes isn't getting done. All of that is just the past 2 days. Just as your wife said, your only option is to fight on. But we will too. The responsibility isn't yours alone, number one. And we can't have our family shouldering the entire burden. But why would you? Even if what Dubby says about Todoroki's family is true, I know things are different now, and I'm going to lend my full support to anyone trying to be better. On that note, I'm proposing a team-up of the top 3 heroes. I've put my life in Hawks' hands from the start, and I'm accustomed to walking down hellish catwalks such as this. Now that we and you and your family have lightened your load, do you think you can stand up and move forward? Yes, and my man is bursting into tears. Shoto's just sort of looking there. The whole family is. This is only until we can stop Toya, got it? Yes. Sorry if I seem pushy, but first, it's your duty to provide the people with an explanation. Now that Darby's accusation is public, there's no avoiding it. I've already thought up a statement, more or less, but there's one point I'm still fuzzy on. One for all. What is it exactly? That reminds me. And everyone's freaking out. I guess the only people entering Central Hospital right now are connected to the heroes inside. While facing off with Shigaraki, Endeavor muttered a mysterious phrase. What does one for all mean? Is it somehow related to the supervillain known as All for One? Let's get in there quickly. Dude! One for all, right now. We need to know what that means. Attention all, Endeavor here. I've engaged Shigaraki at the hospital ruins. One for all. One for all? Sorry for using the private frequency, but there's a chance that Shigaraki is after me specifically. Deku. Damn it, freaking Deku. How'd you get to snooze when I'm awake? Stop shouting. Little hard to grieve properly when this guy's up and about. At last, some relief. Thank you for handling him, Tsuyu. I feared for the worst when I saw those wounds open, but he's noisier than ever, huh? Hey, Prez. They're saying Tokiyami and Kaminari are cleared for release. His body's okay at least, right? That's what they say. I'm worried. What's up? Great explosion, murder god. Dynamite. You're all right. Do I look all right to you? We'd like to speak with Izuku Midoriya. Actually, All Might ask to be alone with him for now. All Might, you say. I feel it. The version of me dwelling inside the boy, inside one for all. Right now, you must be talking with the predecessors. Yo, get me some of that Juicy information. Alright, chapter 304. Moving, grooving, and enjoying the revelations. Or if you can even call them revelations. Enjoying the progression. I can feel one for all within the boy, but only very faintly. How's everyone faring? Is Iowa Sensei, Gran Torino, Ito? Okay, so he's just going off about everyone. Please be okay, everyone. Oh, okay. Okay. Damn, this is giving off some Capone Gang Beige vibes here. Just like, alright, we're going to do a round table, a little meet and greet in the big guy. Before you wake up, we got to have a chat. And so we've got all the users here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 of them there. And then there's 2 looking in the other direction. But there's 2 seats for them. So are they sort of like on a timeout? Are they previous villains of some capacity? Or are they on guard, protecting? Or are they just not... They just don't want to help? You know what? Before I start freaking out, I should keep reading. That being said, Izuku... I love the black artwork around this. Like, this whole spirit realm thing. It's given me major Bleach vibes, and I love it. Sorry to force this on you in such trying times. This too is destiny. Nah, just a matter of timing. My esteemed colleague Banjo has already spoken to you a bit about this. And I'm assuming that's the first user there. All the predecessors are with me in a dream again. Before we could only interact with you by weaving through the interstices of your flickering consciousness. But that limitation no longer exists. About 4 months ago, my power, that is to say, one for all, began growing rapidly. Along with the growth, the vestiges of the predecessors within one for all took on more solid forms, and they are now able to communicate with each other. In the earlier battle, my brother's power drew us out by sheer force, allowing us to appear before you more easily than before. Don't worry though, kiddo. We'll still give you your privacy when you need it. Oh right, you ain't got a mouth. But wait, back there. I did manage to speak then. My mouth had formed just a little bit. What do you need? To tell me. Nice! That's actually funny. Allow me to explain. I am the 4th. My name is Hikage Shinomori. You can't have the syllables, right? Kage and 4th in a character, alright? That's just criminal to Minato. In your last battle, you drew on my power without meaning to. Danger sense. That came as a shock to me. Oh, sorry. I get the sense that it would have been better for you to discover danger sense in a better setting. That was well said. Shinomori. Here was a weirdo who shunned modern society for the life of a hermit. Mine was a terrible error. They were the weirdos, not me. Do you happen to know how long I lived and what killed me? You died at 40. Not sure what killed you. It wasn't written in All Might's note, or rather, it was like he wrote something but erased it. I died of old age. Old age? Boy, you're looking young. Spry. Talking about old age. Old age? He was only 40 though. Banjo and I had no way of knowing my cause of death until Yagi told us after some research. I'll get straight to the point. As of now, One for All cannot be wielded by an ordinary person. I possessed One for All the second longest, second only after Yagi. For 18 long years, I evaded All for One and devoted my life to building up power. From the moment I inherited the quirk, I knew I could never defeat that villain, so I decided to spend my turn, so to speak, amassing further strength. In my final years, these cracks appeared on my body. I thought it was an unknown disease of some sort, or that perhaps I hadn't trained hard enough. But when Yagi dug up my medical history and autopsy report, the truth became clear. I say I died of old age because possessing multiple quirks effectively ate away at my very life. You want a timer now, Deku? Your life? No way. But hang on a minute. One for All only grew stronger after your time, Shinomori, and All Might managed to hold on to it for much longer. That brings us to what we must tell you. When Yagi realized that possessing One for All places a terrible burden on the body, he thought the same thing. The others never held it for long, and since they died in battle, Yagi's only other point of comparison was himself, which is why he thought about what Shinomori had that he himself lacked. All Might was quirkless. Okay. All Might was quirkless, so you got to be quirkless to have multiple quirks because it's not going to eat away at you as badly. Yes, Yagi still lives, but the knowledge he gained was passed to us via his shade in here. He couldn't be entirely sure, so he didn't tell you, but what my brother said confirmed it. He spoke of how a person's essence is hardwired into their quirk factor. But then why would Yagi still appear here, even when he never had a quirk factor of his own? All this time we believed that the raw spirits of our predecessors reside within All for One. But in truth, those fragments of consciousness came about with the quirk factors of the 2nd through 7th successors. That is what One for All contains. Yagi is the sole exception. Only he imbued One for All with a true piece of his consciousness. A vessel with an existing quirk of its own could not receive One for All without warping and spilling over. And attempting to force it anyway results in a shortened lifespan. And the 4th experienced for 40 years, Yagi maintained his grip on One for All. It was a perfect fit for his previously empty vessel, and as such, it truly became his quirk. By some twist of fate, this power that must pass from one to the next wound up being meant for those who lacked power to start with. They are the ones who can draw out its true value. You mean, especially now that the predecessor's quirks are manifesting, I definitely can't pass this on to a normal person. One for All can't be transferred anymore. That's what you're saying. Quirkless individuals have all but vanished in your generation, and you're unlikely to come across another who needs such power. None of us knew any of this at the time, but as fate would have it, it passed into his hands and then yours. If only we had found a way to interact with the wielder sooner. So much pain and suffering could have been avoided. Oh, is that Night Eye? You get it now, kiddo? You might be the last wielder of One for All. I could be the last? That's the real issue. Now, Izuku, tell me, can you kill Tomura Shigaraki? Oh, you're gonna say no. Tell me, can you kill Tomura Shigaraki? My Hero Academia 305, Izuku Midoriya and Tomura Shigaraki. That's not a request. I'm asking you about your resolve. You looked at him and you saw someone who looked like he needed saving. That's what you thought. We know that much because we're in sync with your emotions. The issue is, he sure didn't look that way to us. No doubt he's suffering with all that for... No doubt he's suffering. What with All for One taking over his meat suit. But that don't mean the kid is hoping to be saved. Even in a sitch like that, his eyes were filled with nothing but hate. That's how he was groomed. My brother's own damaged body now holds him back. So it's likely that he schemed to hijack the boy's body and soul as part of a grand plan to acquire One for All. First me, then my successor, Ren. The bastard tried stealing One for All from us twice and failed twice. Bending and breaking the basic principle of One for All takes a powerful will and emotion strong enough to override One for All. Emotions so strong they seem too much for one person to bear. We're thinking he's trying to use Shigaraki's hatred to get the job done. The rule is that only the will of One for All's wielder can affect it. But your rage is starting to eat away at that very rule. Because the origin of One for All was itself a powerful will that refused to submit to All for One. The basic premise is that One for All is tasked with destroying All for One. It seemed that Yagi accomplished this, but my tenacious brother managed to rise again. Izuku, I know telling you this is incredibly unfair to you, especially after all that talk about how you can't walk away from this. Tomura Shigaraki is my grandson. To better fight All for One, I removed myself from my son's life, and Tomura was the end result. It's beyond shameful. For an adult who's failed over and over to burden a boy of 16 years old with her debts, I know that, but all the same, if that thing grows into the ultimate evil, then nobody will be able to stop it. Someday you will fight against that ultimate evil, perhaps. It won't be enough to simply forgive him or try to come to an understanding. There are some people in this world who cannot be saved. If a person who looks like they need saving actually turns out to be someone beyond saving, will you have the resolve to kill him if that's what it takes? See, now we enter the questionable dilemma of the talk no jutsu. Alright. You're gonna need to inherit that one, Midoriya. And so we cut away to all the previous users. I still don't get why those two are facing away. I could see he was hurting, or rather, I could feel it. When Shigaraki's consciousness invaded One for All, when he was focusing so hard on his own dream, I felt it inside, all that rage. I felt a little boy crying. Up till now, I've come up against all types. They've refused to back down, so fighting was the only way to stop them. But I never understood what made them turn out that way. If I had, maybe things would have worked out differently. Or, who knows, maybe I still would have had to fight them anyway. Shigaraki killed so many people. He's hurt people near and dear to me. And yet, One for All is a power meant for saving, not killing. All Might taught me that. And not just me. All Might, and all of you who have built up this power, have given hope to countless other people. I get that this power was first meant to destroy that evil. But you've all given your lives to link the chain this far. And I think there's another big purpose behind it all. Maybe there is no other way besides killing, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when the time comes, but I want to save that little boy. Good. That's why we have your back. It's fortunate that our power passed on to you two. Sorry for testing you like that. Gran Torino still lives. So when you wake up, please give him my best. Sorry, Hoko, we made a bad decision, but we've been blessed with wonderful disciples. Now play nice, you two. You have to cooperate with our successor. He needs your help to unleash his full power. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, right? Whenever I consume My Hero Academia, I feel like I get through so much of it so quickly, and I love it. But man, it always feels like there's not enough. It always feels like I just need that little bit more. Like, at least other series in that, you kind of go, oh, well, that's the week to week of it. My Hero Academia is just like, I almost have to wait that 3-week period to get 3 chapters out, because it just feels as much content as one normal chapter of another series, you know what I mean? That being said, I love it. Deku potentially being the last user of the ability, One for All. That's interesting, and it puts a bit of a limitation on him, especially if he does technically have the power to pass it on, but doing so would be killing the next person, essentially, unless they're quirkless. So that's a burden to bear on him. Him saying that he's going to try and save Tomura, they really do look like they're trying to lean into that, that whole talk no jutsu sort of, we're going to bring him out of it and it's going to be okay. But do you know what? I kind of hope Shigaraki doesn't fall for it, right? And just has integrity with his own terrors, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm asking too much, maybe I'm asking not enough, alright? It's just how I feel. That being said, thank you for coming by and checking out My Hero Academia 303 to 305. I really appreciate it, alright? Tell me what you thought of the chapter in the comment section down below. And if I missed anything, hit me up and let me know, alright? I love My Hero Academia, but it's one of those series as well where I don't always pick up on every little thing, alright? So sometimes I need some people to just sort of, give me that little push and help me understand it a little bit better. Speaking of a little push and understanding things a little bit better, if you want to help out this channel a little bit, you know what you can do. You can hit the big red button that says subscribe, right? You can hit the bell icon to get notifications when I upload more content like this, like all the series I cover, and all the series I'm going to cover, and all the discussions I'm going to have, alright? You can be there first and foremost and know when these things drop, alright? If you want to talk to me about anything anime and manga related, you know what to do. In the description, there is a link to the Discord. You join the Discord to talk anything anime and manga related with me. Yes. And depending on how big the growth is and how well I get to talk to people and that, I might also do streams and that where I talk to some of the people in Discord chats that are comfortable with it about certain theories and certain premises about My Hero Academia and One Piece and other things like that. So please, jump in the Discord. Build up this beautiful society of heroes. You know what I'm talking about, alright? Or if you're on the villain aspect, come and join it and cause a little bit of chaos. You know what to do, alright? Without wasting any more time, until the next video, peace, have a good day, nothing but love, nothing but respect.